out of it. Ask yourself the question, is that a biblical idea that I can know your heart? Bible tells me I can't even know my own heart. I need help from people drawing it out. What's bubbling down there? I can't know my own heart. It's so deceitful and wicked. And yet, ethnic Gnosticism, to use Voddie's term, it says, I can know what's going on in your heart, even if you don't, because you actually can't.
You don't know what you don't know, but I do. That's ethnic Gnosticism. This idea that somehow, because of my ethnicity, because of my position as a minority, I know what oppression is and feels like, and don't have to necessarily have evidence for it. And because of other people's position of not being minorities and not being oppressed, they actually oppress people without thinking about it and without knowing it. They have privilege that they're not even aware of. And literally the phrase is, you don't know what you don't know. So you have to be taught how racist you are, but nobody has to teach me when you're racist.
If you do not think this hasn't made its way into the church, as we speak, there are countless churches that are having, quote, the hard conversations, informing white people about something they did not know about themselves heretofore, that they are all racist. Now, the issue, though, is, are we all acting like that? Is that something that is overtly being acted upon in a conscious way, or is it something that some of us hate and war against? It would be wrong to say all men are adulterers. Now, all men can lust. That doesn't mean they act on their lust. But ethnic Gnosticism seems to go further. You don't know that you're thinking that way. I do, because you actually are. And it really draws a line. And it keeps us so divided, doesn't it? Many. But we need to ask ourselves the question, so as a Christian, what then is my problem with the idea of ethnic Gnosticism, the idea that I've got to help people understand that they're racist internally, even though they don't know it? What's the problem here? Voddie Baucham helps.
You are a racist, bigot, homophobic, transphobic, everything else phobic person that you could possibly be, whether you're aware of it or not. Whether you belong to Christ or you don't. Because apparently Christ can transform us and deal with all other sorts of sins, but this one somehow evades the cross. And all people, whether they're Christian or not, are still suffering from this one.
And that is a big problem indeed, which is why I would encourage you, if you're trying to promote these conversations for the sake of waking white people up to their sinfulness, ask yourself the question, is this a biblical approach? This is Wretched Radio.